All right, guys, I'm back in the gym, back with the workout videos. Today I'm training arms and shoulders, and this first exercise is shoulder press, seated shoulder press, then alternated bicep curls, and then kickbacks for the tricep. I know it's been a long time since we worked out together. I was a week in Germany in Airbnb, and all the family together. I was going to a different gym and set up a little bit different, so it was not so easy. Okay, I need to do this one with less weight. It was not so easy to keep up the routine of filming. Of course, I worked out every day because that's my challenge for this year. But filming my workouts in the new gym, I didn't feel comfortable. So, what I didn't feel comfortable because the new gym, I really like. In the new gym, it was a lot of people. I didn't feel comfortable filming there, and during the runs, it was a little bit stressful because I didn't know the ways, didn't know the places where to go, and didn't want to be focused on talking on camera while I'm not even figured out what I'm doing. So I'm back home since yesterday. I went for a run, 12 kilometers and some change, and today back in the gym. Right now my routine is I run 4 times a week and I work out 3 times a week with weights. When I work out with weights, I have a specific routine where I work. One day is back and chest, another day is legs, and another day is arms and shoulders. And those exercises are specific for me to gain strength on the body parts I will need for my challenge on May 23rd. It's like a IROX competition here in Portugal. And so, yeah, every time I'm working out, I'm specifically doing the efforts necessary to get to that day and do a good time. I'm gonna do doubles. I'm gonna do doubles with my coach, and I think if we do below 115, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time for us. 1 hour 15, 1 hour and 10. On this, I will do 4 sets of these. I already done 2. You caught me at the second one. So now we go for the third one. And I should put the weight up because I gradually increase the weight and decrease the reps. Oh. When you're training alone, sometimes you don't go for as much weight as you could just because you are afraid that something can go wrong. You can drop the weights or something. So, but no excuses. Ooh. Ooh. Very good. Guys, consistency is one of the most difficult things on earth, especially if you don't respect it. Consistency is one of the most difficult things on earth, especially if you don't respect it. So if you don't respect consistency, it becomes one of the most difficult things on earth, because a lot of times we tend to focus on material things, results, outcomes. So we completely disregard what it takes to have the outcome. We completely disregard what it takes to be a high-level person. We completely disregard what it takes to create an awesome body. We completely disregard what it takes to be a great husband. We completely disregard the level of activity day in and day out that we need to have to be and have the things that we want. And that's why when we don't respect consistency, is because we are focusing on the wrong thing. We are valuing ourselves and we are judging ourselves based on things that we cannot control. That's why we put consistency aside. That's why we put action aside and we focus on everything else that doesn't depend on us. But consistency and action is something that we should respect, because it only depends on us. And it's such a hard thing to do. For example, I started to do one YouTube video every single day and I already missed. But because my focus is not on how incredible the videos are or what results I get. My focus when I start any project, and these YouTube videos for me now are a new project, my focus is always to focus on how consistent can I be over time. Because I know every time in my life that I tried to accomplish something, the biggest challenge was not the thing itself, the biggest challenge was that I was not consistent enough over time. And when I mean consistent enough over time is to do something every day for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years. So that's what I'm focusing on. I need to change the weights because this is too light for 4 reps. So my focus is on being consistent and on doing daily actions that take me closer to where I want to be. Nothing else. I don't focus on results. I don't focus on anything else but what can I do today? What are the tests that I can do today? Can I do them as best as I can? And can I make sure that I prepare myself to do them again tomorrow? Consistency is key, and it's hard to stay consistent. You see me here, I can barely close the rep, but that's okay for me because I know that this is a sign that I'm gonna get to the next level soon. So sometimes you need to put weight where you can barely do it, but that's how you train your muscles to get to the next level, and it's how you stimulate muscle growth. And so many people is afraid to do cardio because they think they will lose muscle, but that's bullshit. I do so much cardio and I'm nowhere near losing muscle. You gain muscle by eating the right amount of protein every single day and by working your muscles. Not because it's not running that is gonna take your muscles away. You don't have muscles anyways. You don't lift weights anyways, and that's why you don't have muscles. You don't have muscles is not because you go to the gym, lift weights as a motherfucker, and the muscles don't show because you are running. I don't know anybody that goes to the gym, lift weights very hard, and also goes to run that doesn't have both. If you do both, you get both. Yeah, but I was talking about consistency because one thing I see that is common among all of my students is not being consistent enough, like starting doing social media, starting to post their first videos, not being consistent enough, and not backing up their dreams with massive action. not backing up their dreams with massive action is one of the problems that I see across everyone. When I started doing social media, when I take a course, when I do anything, I'm so quick to do it. And I put so much action, so much effort. If I'm looking for a course, I usually buy it straight away. Like, I don't go through that phase of DMing back and forth, and that's just me. I see something I need, I have the money, I buy it. Like, I don't ask too many questions, I just want to get started and get the knowledge. I'm always like super excited to get the knowledge. Once I get the knowledge, if I buy a course today, I'll be done with the course in maximum 3-4 days. Maximum. Usually I just take the rest of the day and I just submerge myself in that course. And if I buy a course today, 3-4 days I'm done with the course. As I'm studying the course, I'm already taking specific actions on, like, okay, let me apply these, let me apply that. And by the second week that I'm done with the course, all the things that I want to incorporate, that I already incorporated in my strategy, and I'm testing them every single day. So when it comes to content, when I took courses about content, I would study them, and then I would literally, if it says that I need to do 2 videos a day, I would start doing 2 videos a day. So if I need to study these many concepts, I would study that many concepts. And I would start applying all the things in real life. And what I see with a lot of people is that, first of all, they take too long to take action when it comes to acquiring knowledge. They basically are not so hungry about acquiring knowledge, not as much as they say they are. And then when they acquire the knowledge, they kind of just coast. They are not like, oh my God, I need to do these many videos, I need to take these many shoots, I need to start like applying the things that my mentor is showing me, and like basically shadowing my mentor. They're like more, getting the information and being like, yeah, I get this. Yes, I understand that. Yeah, oh yeah. Like everybody then understands the theory, but not all the people is able to go like, yeah, I think I know the theory, but let me practice today these many times this theory, and let me practice today these many times this theory, and then in a week's time, have it practiced at least 2 times a day, the theory that I think that I know, and by the end of the week, have it done by 14 times, and then judge those 14 times what was the result, and let me prepare again to go again next week and do that for a year straight. Nobody, or let me not say nobody, there's people that does it, but the vast majority of people is not mentally ready to do this, and ends up like studying a little bit, doing bits here and there. A week goes by, maybe they posted 100 reels and they're like, oh, it's going. But 100 reels, when I started doing social media, I would post 100 reels in a month, you know? So that's just why I deeply believe that consistency and taking action, applying whatever we learn is the biggest barrier to people's success everywhere. I was talking, so now I need to reactivate myself with the extra with an extra pump before I move to the next exercise. For me, it's just, I just know the more consistent I stay, the more action I take, the less time I will need to be in my current state, and I can go to my next level. So, of course I'm at the gym. Of course I don't miss a workout. Of course I want to work out hard. Of course I want to do the right meals. Because I want to be Superman as soon as possible. And not by wishing it, not by thinking about it, but by doing all the things that I can to become that. I want you to see me in 2 months' time, and I'm different than what I was today. The only way that's gonna happen is by me taking massive action every single day. You need to be coming to my page, to my YouTube in 3 months, and you need to be seeing like 90 more videos, amazing videos, well done. And you're like, fuck, I was seeing this guy 3 months ago, he was talking about it, look at him. You need to be seeing me with less fat on my body, like super jacked, looking amazing. And you need to think, fuck, Andrea really told me about this. He really told me his only focus is consistency. Taking action, consistency, taking action. There's nothing more to it but to do it. Guys, I'm not gonna film the whole workout. Now I will need to do alternate lateral raises and then hammer curls and the French raise or something like this. And I'm not gonna film more because I need to focus on my workout. The message is clear. Be consistent. Take action. Make a list of actions that you can take every single day. I'm gonna keep making more videos. I'm gonna keep making videos about very specific things. If you pay attention to this YouTube channel, you're gonna get a lot of value. Right now, I just want to focus on my workout, so I will stop filming and get to work. One thing that I would like you to do is get on the journey with me, whether you join my program, BMM program, that is very complete, that will allow you to change your body, mind, and start making online, or you just pick the things that I'm teaching you here on YouTube and start applying to your life. Like, start today being consistent, start today making a list of actions that you can do every single day to get to your goals. And if you do that for the whole year until the end of the year, at the end of the year, when I'm gonna make a celebration of all the work that I've done, you can be celebrating with me because you listen to the information, you start applying, and all the progress that you will see in my life, you will also see on yours because you will be doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing. Let's go. Now, before we turn the cameras off, you'll see me doing my last exercise. Okay. Ooh. 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 I love working out, and one of the reasons I like to work out is that I'm building my body, and at the same time I know that most people that has the same dreams as me, that have the same dreams as me, they are not working, they're just sleeping, dreaming about becoming strong. They might be jealous when they see me without t-shirt, but they don't want it enough. They will not do the work. And as time goes by, I'll just keep getting better. That's why all my life, the part of the day where I felt the best was when I was doing work that I knew my mental competition will never be doing. And I call them my mental competition because it's just, I compete with people that they don't even know I exist. It's just in my mind. Doesn't matter. Too heavy. Too heavy.